You highly welcome, my dear brothers and sisters out there. I'm glad that you just clicked to watch this message today. Today, I'm going to be talking about the actions and what is going on in the world, which a lot of people are really not paying attention to. And you see, this is a time, a very, very important and critical time, for those people who need to open up their spiritual eyes in order to really see beyond an ordinary. And because the media might be telling you something on the facial, but when you go into the real, in the spiritual, in order to understand the things which is happening in regards to the taking over of what is going on in Afghanistan, you would know that this goes far beyond what they have been telling you on the media. And what I mean by this is that, you would know that this war is a war that has been going on for the longest. And this war is not going to just end like this. Now, you need to be able to understand that we are talking about taking over and bringing in what they call in their theme the lawless ones. Now, in their own eye, these are the lawless people, but in the eye of those people who are called the lawless, they are the ones who are actually bringing the law of the land. Now, you need to be able to understand to institute the law of their own religion in order to use it. So this is something that you need to be able to understand, that a lot of people have been made to think that these people are fanatics, these people are crazy, these people are lunatic in their actions and what have you, And so they tend to be able to see whatsoever that they are doing negatively. But I want to just make you to go back into the scripture in order to be able to really understand the things which were being laid down in the law of Moses. Do you really know and understand that the things which were being laid down, the punishment and the things which were being laid down in the law of Moses is even more fierce than what these people are trying to be able to practice? Now, I want you to be able to really pay attention and understand the magnitude of what is about to take place, and how you can see, you can feel the panic in the life of the people who say that they are Westerners, those who promote homosexuality, those who promote all kind of negative things, but in their eye, it is not negative, but positive. Those who promote everything that is contrary to the real nature of how the law which was being sent as is supposed to be followed. So they go contrary to those things which they themselves have which was being laid down, and now they have their own side which they are following, trying to persuade people in order for them to see it in the same eye that they are seeing it. So if you don't see their own word with the eye through which they themselves are seeing it, then you become an enemy. So everybody must not be a follow. You must not follow just because other people are following. But I want you to be able to just reason critically in regards to what is really going on at this particular time. Now I'm going to give you a hint and a revelation of about things which you need to be able to really watch out in the next few times, in few months, few years, that is coming. We're talking about these people now being a people that are going to be able to really, their heart desire is to be able to establish what they call, the state of Islam. Now you need to be able to understand, just like Christianity, Islam has been dealt with. That is what I mean by has been dealt with is has been corrupted, just the same way that Christianity was being corrupted. So, but there are people who are upholding, who are trying to uphold those things that made Islam, that gave Islam its value. So by them trying to go back or trying to uphold those things that gave Islam its value, every other person who is not part of those people is going to be seeing these people as fanatic. Even the same people who call themselves Islams or who call themselves Muslims are going to see these people as a people who have gone astray, or who are literally being lunatic into the actions which they are taking. But when you look at it critically, you begin to be able to really realize that these people are actually, trying to keep what the core message of what the religion that others say that they are following, they are keeping it. They are trying to keep, the morals. They are trying to keep to the reality of what their religion, the base of their religion, what it is all about. What it is all about. This is what they are trying to be able to uphold. So, but that is not going to be favoring the others who see these other people, who see the Taliban, for example, as a threat. Because you trying to establish the core of your religion, it is going to go against the way, the way that these Westerners have already established their word. Because this word which the Westerners established is not based on the original morals, it's not based on the original things that's the religion of Islam was built upon. So the people who confess, who profess to be Muslims, who profess to be following Islam and what have you, they are all people who have been brainwashed, into the nature of the Western culture. So they are going to be trying to support, this is why you see a lot of things going on, whereby these people are trying to be able to flee from the Taliban. Now, something I want us to be able to really understand is that it is not that I'm trying to be able to give you, to say that everything that the Taliban are doing is right. But I just want you to be able to really sit back and begin to be able to monitor and observe the way that the media are trying to be able to protect, to project these people for following what they actually truly believe. I mean, this is their own religion. They are trying to defend the hardcore, the thing that made up their own religion. I mean, can't you people see it? Can't you people understand it? Is it not very clear? You are born a Muslim. You are born somebody who is a Muslim, or you are someone who said that you are following the Quran. You understand me? You say you're following it, but the things which were being written within the Quran, you are not in line with it. You are following the Western way of trying to be in a Western way that is going against the things which are written in the Quran. Now you have a people who are saying, you know what, we are going to abide by the things which were being written on the Quran. If you are a criminal, we catch you, we cut off your head. If you are somebody who is going, who is trying to follow the way of the Western world, they get you, they cut off your hand. You do this, they have the laws which has already been but they were not the ones that wrote those laws which are in the Quran. They were not the ones who have already paved out or written those things which are already being written in the Quran. Those things have already been written and were being laid down and have already been there. So they are literally followers. Yeah, some of you might say, okay, that they are trying to be able to misinterpret what the Quran. No, you are the ones that are misinterpreting the things which are being written in the Quran because you want to follow the way of the Western world, to be able to impose the idea, the ideology of the Western world into the life of these people. These people must not behave the same way that the Western world are behaving. They want to follow this way, just like what you see, what is going on. If they want to support the LGBT movement and what have you, don't you see that the way that the Western world are rallying behind these people in order to support these people in their movement? And they say that this is the free way, it is a free way of expressing who they are in the LGBT movement. I know that a lot of them, when you hear about things that has to do with LGBT, you see them, all their nerves get they get upset immediately in the stuff, in the issues that has to do with this. Now, but when it comes to issues about religion, about God, some people, some group of people trying to protect what they believe on, those people now become, the people that you should not associate with, or because these people are very, very fanatic, or because these people are very, very, that the way that the reason is different. Of course, their way of reasoning is different from the way that you reason, because you've been brainwashed. You call yourself Christians, you call yourself Muslim, but you don't even abide by the things that you say, by the things that you say that you believe in, which is written in your Bible or in your Quran. So now this is why you see that some Muslims are even fighting against the Taliban themselves, and yet they call themselves Muslims. This is because that there is a gap, there is a hole between the things which they were being taught in those in those the Western world about the religion of Islam, which is not right, which these people are trying to correct. So what I'm saying is that, when you begin to really see these things, you know that these things are not going to be something that is going to end here, because these people are ready to lay down their lives in order to be able to defend what they believe in. It is a cause, which they have taken in order to do what, to move towards a certain direction. And this direction there is no turning back for them, because they see it as a way of life. But you people do not see this as a way of life. You people are trying to force the Western life into the life of these people, and that does not work. You can't just bring your own mentality or your own westernized Islam into just like what you're seeing, what is really going on in regards to, when you talk about people who are trying to push people under the Torah. And you have people who are saying that, you got to be free. In order to be able to do what, to ascend up higher, you don't have to entangle yourself into the religion of whatsoever that they try to create within this third dimensional paradigm. But yet you have people who are being stuck. Now, what I'm saying is that when you begin to be able to see these things, the signs, you know that this is what the beginning of a mighty, massive thing that is about to be able to happen, because we are talking about these people now be able to expand their religion, and it has been in the making for the longest. It has been in the making for the longest. They have already infiltrated all the whole world, everywhere. They have people in everywhere. They have infiltrated. If people think that what is going, they have infiltrated, they have infiltrations, they have already gone into, even in your government and everywhere. There are people who are there too, who are part of these people. So, but these are the reason why you need to be able to understand that these things need to go on in order to really materialize, because the world is going to be taken over by Islam. And only very few. This is what you people are seeing is just a doorway into the massive thing which is going to be happening. What do I mean by massive thing? Now, I gave you an instance of things which is happening. Go into the Bible and understand the reason why Daniel, during the time of Daniel, the Bible said that King Nebuchadnezzar made a statue and commanded everybody in the province. These people are going to come and run off the whole world. But the people who are like Daniel, the Daniels, the Shadrach, the Mishrak, the Abednegos, are going to be the ones who are going to escape from the hand of these people. Have you people ever heard about Noahide law? You've heard about the Mosaic law. The Mosaic law is a child's play. The Mosaic law is a child's play. So do not let these people make you soft and be like, faint-hearted, because you don't understand what is ahead of you. The law which these people are about to institute is going to be so fierce. It's going to be fierce. But because they need it. It's going to be on the same situation when you go into the scripture where the Bible talked about Nebuchadnezzar decreeing and saying that if we find anybody praying to another God, this is going to draw towards this particular direction. This is reality. This is real. These are the things that you need. These are the things which I've been talking about in regards to, that they are going to institute a government. They are going to pull in, their God, their king, to be able to be seated from those particular areas in order to rule in order to rule the world with a rod of iron. In order to rule the world with rod of iron. So, but there are going to be people who are called the Daniels, the Shadrach, the Meshach, the Abednego in this world. So what I'm trying to make you to understand is that, you are yet afraid. You've not even started crawling, people. You people have not even started seeing nothing. That they are trying to be able to establish what they call their own religion. It's just it's just a step. When the law is being instituted, the actions of those laws, the outcomes of those particular law is what people are going to start feeling. The impact. Let me use the word. The impact of those particular things, the laws, is what people are going to be feeling. People are going to be afraid. They're going to put fear into the life of people, because we're talking about taking over the whole world. And somebody is going to be so authoritative to do this. The kings of your nations, of your countries, of your everywhere are going to succumb. They must have to succumb in order for them to establish. So this is a stepping stone to what they call the one-world government. You people don't understand what is really going on. This is a stepping stone. This is a stepping stone to the one-world government. Because the one-world government is going to be run by a Muslim prince. You don't understand this. It's going to be run. The one-world government is going to be run by a Muslim prince. Which, of course, like I said, a lot of beings which are here are going to pull that particular being down here. And this is why I told you that when that being comes down here, he's going to be so fierce. He's going to institute a law. And you people are just seeing nothing. This is a child's play, and you people are already screaming. Your government are going to do what? They are going to collapse in the hand of these people. Literally, powers is going to be given into their hand. Now I'm gonna take your mind back a bit, in order for you to be able to really understand what I'm talking about. You see, Roman Catholic Church gave them. I just want you to be able to understand the basic of what is really going on. This is a vice versa. Remember what the Bible said, that they have come together, they have gathered together, and they plan with one consent. Now, this is deep. Roman Catholic Church, the dragon gave Roman Catholic Church its power. This is a movement. This is a first step. This is a step towards which, in that agreement, the dragon gave the beast his power. And now that the dragon gave the beast, which is the Catholicism, right? So the Catholicism have already utilized the power, which is utilizing the power which was being given to him through the dragon, right? So he's utilizing the power which was being given to him, the beast. And it is through that particular power that the beast was able to establish this world that you people are seeing. I just want you to be able to understand what is going on. It is through that power that was being given to the beast by the dragon that this world that you people are living in is being established. So now, all the illusions which were being created under this particular power that was being given to the beast, which is Roman Catholic Church, now the beast, after much, which is now the end of the cycle, which is now coming towards the end of the cycle, is going to return the same power. Is going to return the power to the dragon. This is the consent. This is the agreement. This is the agreement which they all made, and there is no going back to it. And so the beast, which is Catholicism, which is the Roman Catholic Church, which has the power which was being given to it by the dragon, which is the dragon now represents ancient Babylon, which was being ruled by the clans of Nebuchadnezzar, the ancient kings of Babylon. But their power was being given to who? was being given in order to establish, Catholicism, and through Catholicism, what happened? The whole world, the whole Western world was being run. And this is the reason why you see all the illusions which were being taken, which were being spoken, all the things which, so now you see people who are now being sucked into what? Into falsehood, into lies that was being created by the beast. This is why you see Roman Catholic Church is the one that is leading everything in the third dimensional world. But now, the power had to return back because the beast got to give the power back into what? To the dragon. Now, after much, I want you to be able to understand what is going on. After much, the Bible said it already that the 10 nations, the 10 kings are going to realize, are going to understand how the beast used them. How the beast used them. The beast now, talking about Vatican and Roman Catholicism, right? Use the 10 nations which are controlling the whole world. So those people are going to realize how the beast used them, and they are going to do what? And they are going to try to destroy the beast, which is Vatican. But by then, before them destroying the beast, or before them going after the beast, which is Vatican City, to destroy it, the power has already gone back to what? To Babylon, which is the agreement, which is part of the agreement. Now, this power that is going back to the, this power that is going back to the dragon, it is through which this particular thing that is going on in Afghanistan, the law of what? The law, the harsh, what you people call harsh law of what? Of the Mosaic. I mean, when you talk about the harsh law is going to be imposed. Because after the power has gone back to these particular people, what do you really understand what is going to happen? It is the game now is now going to be about kings of the whole areas. Now, these kings are already being planted in different places. So nations are going to return back to kinghood. I want you to understand that. They are going to return back to kinghood. Now, if they return back to kinghood, there is going to be a superior king, because the beast have already taken the power and has already given it back to the Babylon, or back to the dragon. The dragon is going to be the ultimate king that is going to be ruling all other kings that are in every other provinces, because this was the agreement. And so since they have already returned back, and this king is going to be the one that is going to be ruling the whole provinces from his position, therefore, whatsoever law that is gone out from that particular ultimate king, whatsoever law that goes out from there is going to be the law that is already guiding everything that is within that particular third dimensional paradigm. Just the same way you need to be able to understand the things that were the word that is being run, this word that is being run by Catholicism, whatsoever law that the Vatican speaks applies to so many countries. So now this particular king, which is going to be ruling over other kings, understand what the book of Revelation is saying. This particular king now, who is going to be running over all other kings, is going to make a decree, and there is going to be an institution of what? So if you are a king in your jurisdiction, in your own province, you did not abide by the authority, you did not abide by the command of that overall king, you are going to be they are going to come after you and do what? And chop your head off as a king, which is being put in which sprang out in whatsoever province. And there's going to be a common decree, which these other people are going to be obeying. So Vatican is an agent that is deceiving the European Union. Vatican is an agent that is being used by who? Vatican is an agent that is being used. Who is running Vatican now? The dragon. And who gave Vatican the power that he is possessing? The dragon. So now Vatican has to return the power back to what? To the dragon. Now you people don't understand the magnitude of what this thing means. When you talk about Kabul, when you talk about Afghanistan, you don't know the strategic thing. Oh my goodness, people are being driven. People are being deceived by a lot of things that the media is telling them. You people are seeing a stepping stone that is a stepping forward to what? To the new world order. Because this is how the kind of laws that you people are going to be singing in the third dimensional world. This is just a starting point. A lot of people are already panicking already because you are still living in the world of you are still living in the world of Catholicism. That is the reason why you could not see the word of the Babylonians. That is the reason why you could not see the word of the dragons. That is the reason why you could not see the word of the people who are controlling Babylon, who are controlling Vatican itself. So they blindfolded you, they blindfolded the nations, they blindfolded the kings, the kings of the earth, they blindfolded the countries, the 10 nations, which when their eyes is being opened to the intent of what of Vatican City, that is why the Bible said that they are going to do what they are going to burn it to death. But it's going to already be late. Now, all these things are things which are working in what? In cycle. In what? In the same cycle which the Most High have already put in the heart of this particular people to do what? To accomplish His own will. This is a stepping stone. This is what? This is a movement that is going to usher in. This is a direct, overstand and open up your eyes. This is a direct movement that is going to usher in the one world government. This is reality. And this is why I tell you that if you are not prepared for the one world government, you are going to be swallowed. You are going to be dealt with. You are going to be, get cut off with the reality of what is going on. The people who know their Elohim are going to do exploits within that word. Now, what am I saying? Because there is going to be a war. There's going to be a decree. Like I said, there are people down here who are going to be pulling, and they're already pulling the energy in order to do what? In order to allow that overall king to be able to sit in what? In his own seat, so that he can rule the earth with a rod of iron, with a strong hand. So that he can rule the world with what? With a rod of iron. I tell you the reality of what is really going on. You think that the United Nations is being run by Catholic? You are dreaming. This is being run by the Muslim world. You think that the United Nations is what you think that it is to represent your interest in whatsoever? No, this is being run by the same people who are going to return, by the same people who gave power to what? To the beast system, and the beast system need to return the power to them. And that is where their king is going to sit, because he's going to be the king of what? Of the third dimensional world. But before then, he needs to be pulled down here. He needs to be pulled down here to see who are the ones disturbing his own peace. His own peace is to say his own luminary where he is at. He's going to come after those. I'm telling you spiritual warfare. I'm telling you spiritual things that override the mind of an ordinary person. Now you see the Western media giving you all kind of news about Afghanistan, deviating your attention to the reality of them already bootstrapping the movement towards the new world order, the new world establishment, because it is very, very vital for the establishment of their own order. There's going to be a decree. The nations are not going to be the same. Don't you understand this? Nations are not more going to be the same. United States is giving back the power. Oh my goodness, you people don't understand what is really going on. United States is giving back the power to the dragon. They are returning the power to the dragon. And the world is going to be ruled by fierceness. You don't understand this. The world is going to be ruled by what? By you see, them Talibans are just kids playing. You need to understand what is what. Just wrap up your mind towards what you're seeing, and now visualize the more the gravity of what the outcomes of these things when it fully matures. Understand what I'm trying to make you understand, that this word is not what you really think it is. This is a journey. This thing is going to go far beyond. It's taking all over the world. But like I said, that there are going to be very few people, just the same way that you saw during the time of Daniel. The decree was made. Daniel, this statue, let me see if you would not bow down to it. I heard that you people say that you people have your own God, or you people have your own God which you're following. Let me see if that mighty one is going to be able to help you from my hand. This is the kind of decree that you people are going to be seeing. This goes far beyond China. This goes far beyond Japan. This goes far beyond anything that you can even think of. We are talking about the rolling over. Somebody got to take responsibility. Somebody got to be able to take this particular mantle, this particular, time to be able to do what? To bring this thing to fruition. It has been in the making for the longest. And them taking over Afghanistan, being planned by the same people who already knew that in due time, it is going to be time to hand over the power to the people who are more, they call them fanatic. They call them, these people are out of their mind. But these are the kind of people that are being needed in order to do what? In order to be used to establish that particular one world government. Because in that word, you're not talking about no right of nothing. But what you are being told is what you're being told is your right. Or what you're being told, you're coming here to be able to say that you're practicing the right of this, right of LGBT nonsense. Go and try it there. You're going to see what is going to be happening. Because we're talking about things which is going to be established within the third dimensional paradigm that is going to be used in order to tame the people who are already escaping and who are trying to escape the chain within the third dimensional paradigm. So they need a higher power to be able to do what? To trap those energies within the third dimensional paradigm. And that is the reason why the United Nations, the African Union, the European Union, the American Union, all the Asia Pacific are working together in order to help establish this particular thing. In order to work together, in order to establish this particular thing, so that they would try those who are going to be tried. My brothers, we're coming into another level of reality. Buckle your seatbelts. I say what? Buckle your seatbelt, because it is going to be a very, very mighty ride in the near futures. It's going to be a very, very, unexplainable ride in the next times, in the future. Why do I say this, my dear brothers and sisters? Because you need to understand the magnitude and the level of what is at stake here. The whole world has already sold out. It is just a matter of time. And they are going to be brought out to show you those people who have already succumbed behind closed doors to this particular initiative, to this ideology. Those who are working behind doors, behind closed doors, in supportive of this particular action, because they are part of the same people, but they have been deceiving people, making the Taliban look so, evil, when they are also part of the same Taliban, but in different places, because they are working in order to bring in that one world government, which already, when you see what happened all the way from the 2000 to 2001, 9/11 time, it has been something that has been in the making, even right all the way from that particular time, even before, way before that time, in order to do this. But what I'm saying, my dear brothers and sisters, the Bible says that those who know their Elohim shall do exploit. So do anything that happens within and without, as long as you know, just like the situation, the case of what happened between Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When you know who you follow, when you know the truth that is in you, you're going to do exploits. So what I'm saying is that, my dear brothers and sisters, do not let the Western interpretation, do not let the Western mindset which are being used, which are being spoken in televisions, to deceive you to the reality of what is happening. These things need be. The power need to go back to the dragon. And when the power goes back to the dragon is going to reestablish his own word. And he's going to rule his own kingdom. The kingdom of the thought. Don't you understand what the scripture said? The earth is being given into the hand of the wicked. There's going to be persecutions of the people who did not buy to the same ideologies, who know their Elohim. In the midst of that, that is when they are going to be purified. That is when they are going to be purified. It's not about saying that I'm a Christian in the mouth. It's not about saying that I'm a Muslim in the mouth. It's not about saying that I'm a Buddha. You're a Buddha in the mouth. It's not about saying that you're a Hindu in the mouth. It's not about saying that you are a Jewish person in the mouth. Now it is a matter of showing forth that thing that you believe. Now you have come into that particular place to be able to do what you have come. You are now going to confront the thing that you already know. What is going to be your reaction to that thing? What is going to be your reaction to the thing, to the power that you believe in? Because everyone is going to be purged. You're going to be purged. You're going to be neutralized. That is, you're going to be purged. And you're going to be, those who are going to be purged, and they are going to come out, glorified, magnified. These are the ones which are called the sons and the daughters. Understand what is happening. And I'm just giving you a hint of the magnitude of what you are to expect in the world, because these people are going to run over they've already infiltrated the whole world. Do not be deceived by the government of the world telling you all kind of things in the media, because they themselves are deceived by Vatican. The governments of the world are being deceived by Vatican. Vatican is going to return power to the dragon. And when the power gets back to the dragon is going to maximize, he's going to utilize the power by instituting this law. People talk about, don't you read about what is going on, the law in the Bible? When you talk about the law of Moses, don't you see how fierce it is? Don't you see how fierce it is? You're going to be stoned to death for stealing and for doing all kind of things. Don't you see how fierce those particular laws are? Now, somebody is going to come and institute his own command, his own law. He's going to raise a statue to tell you people, oh, bow down to this statue. If you don't bow down to it, your head is going to be chopped off. And because you don't know who you follow, so many of you are going to be shivering, and you're going to be following that particular image which this particular king is going to make. Because if you don't, them Talibans are coming for you. Them people, because these are, you need to understand. I'm telling you about realities of things which is going to be manifesting in the near futures. We are here to wake the people who need to be awoken, those who need to wake up, to prepare them for the journey ahead. You don't know what you don't know. But what you are being informed about is what you have. And I pray, may you make use of the words of the wisdom, the words of life which has been spoken to you. And so that those words will shape your path and prepare you for the battle ahead. Because greater is he that is in you if you know who you're following. If you know the mighty one that you're following. Daniel said, oh, king, oh, you can do whatever you want. You see this statue? Even if the Elohim which I serve is not willing to save me out, I would not bow down to this graven image that you made. And the king was so furious about it. And the king was mad. And then he wanted to try Daniel. But Daniel was not a fourth-dimensional being. He was another dimensional entity. He was another dimensional person entirely different, who had to disprove everything about the whole structure, which the king did not know the mission of Daniel in that third-dimensional paradigm. until Daniel was being proven right, and his power scaled above that of king, which has put him into the next dimension, indestructible, undefeatable beings on the nice level. This is why they are called the Daniel, the L, the smaller L's, those ones who have passed the trials and the temptations. I'm giving you code. I'm giving you mysteries for those of you who have eyes and ears to hear. You got to wake up, my brothers and sisters out there, because it is now time to buckle up. It's now time to buckle up. You can see it very clearly. You can see the movement. You can see what is really going on in the word. The Bible says lawlessness is going to increase. Lawlessness is going to increase. So what is going to be the remedy to those lawlessness? They are going to increase. They are going to bring in somebody who is the master of lawlessness. So if you are not mad, you can't control mad people. So you have to be double times mad than the mad person in order to control that mad people. So this is what you need to be able to understand. If you think that you are mad, if you think you're lawless, so a lawless person needs to be input in order to control you, in order to curb you. So because the word is going lawless, it's going to be lawless, it's going to be going lawlessness. So somebody who is a lawless being needs to be put in place in order to control the lawlessness. And this is what you need to be able to understand. These are the things which they don't tell you, people. Nobody has been told about these things. You know, all they say is, oh, these people are bad. These people are bad. This is what I'm saying. Even the media, the Western world, the world itself, the Western world don't know. The countries of the world do not know what is coming up to them. Some of them are going to realize it when it's already late. And that is after they have realized it. That is when they are going to go after the nation which they have trusted to guide them through this third dimensional world, which is Vatican City. And they are going to be so fierce. Germany is going to be so fierce. France is going to be fierce against Vatican. They are all going to try to team up in order to go after Vatican City. They are going to even go and burn it up. But just like I said, the power has already gone out and has already been delivered to the dragon. And there's no more going back. And that is when you're going to see United Nations is going to be exercising so much power in the world. People don't understand. United Nations is going to be is a nation already. It's a nation. They are going to be a one-world government, one-world currency, one-world ruler. You people don't understand it. One-world law. They're going to have a law. Don't you get it? Just we're moving towards that. And this already, just go and check your United Nations. Who is running it? The Muslims are running it. These people are going to take it. They're going to run it off. They're going to establish the law, which is going to be used in order to do what? In order to control every soul within the third dimensional paradigm, because this is their domain. This is where they run things. But man, you people don't understand what is going on. This is where they run things. Bible says, if the Son shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. If only you know who is speaking to you. My brothers and sisters, I say to you all, may you all remember Rook, and may you all remain strong, and may you all keep focus to the reality. In the name of Yahushua. Shalom to you all, my brothers and sisters out there. Shalom.